Welcome to Rich Dad Poor Dad, Mastering Money Mindsets for True Wealth. Imagine growing up with two father figures, one who valued job security and degrees, yet struggled financially, and another who understood money, risk, and opportunity, building wealth step by step. That contrast shaped Robert Kiyosaki's timeless lessons on how the rich think differently about money. The rich have money work for them, he says, and that's exactly the shift we'll explore today. On this journey, we'll look beyond salaries, bonuses, or paychecks. We'll explore how to recognize opportunities, build assets that generate income, and make decisions that create lasting freedom. If you want a step-by-step guide to follow along, you can download the PDF linked below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the deeper lessons we'll uncover. Now, let's take a look at what we'll cover today. We'll start by understanding why so many people are trapped in the rat race. Then, we'll examine the core money mindset shifts, the distinction between assets and liabilities, and how financial literacy can change your life. Along the way, we'll explore how the wealthy think differently about work, risk, and opportunity, finishing with practical steps you can take today to start building wealth for yourself. First, let's address the rat race. Most people trade time for money. They work hard, maybe get a raise, and then spend more on houses, cars, and lifestyle upgrades. Fear, comfort, and habit keep this cycle going. It's a trap because income alone doesn't create freedom. It only sustains your current lifestyle. Notice here how this slide illustrates a simple yet powerful truth. Freedom comes from assets that generate cash flow independently of your job. This leads us to the first key mindset shift: work versus wealth. Income pays bills, but assets create freedom. Consider this. A salary might cover your living expenses, but it stops the moment you stop working. A rental property, dividend-paying stock, or a small business, on the other hand, continues to earn even when you sleep. As this shows, building wealth is less about how much you earn and more about how you structure your money to work for you. Let's make it concrete. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. That seems simple, but many of us get it wrong. A luxury car may feel like an asset because it's valuable, but it's actually a liability. It requires payments, insurance, and maintenance. A rental property, however, can provide income that exceeds costs and even appreciates over time. Notice how this distinction is the foundation of building true financial independence. The next lesson is financial literacy. Income alone won't make you wealthy. You have to understand money. Kiyosaki stresses that wealth is measured by how long you can survive without working, not by how high your paycheck is. Imagine two people. One earns $200,000 a year but spends it all, and another earns $80,000 but invests in assets that generate $20,000 in passive income. Over time, who has more freedom? Exactly. Knowledge compounds. Studying basic accounting, learning to categorize cash flow, and continuously building your financial IQ changes the game. Now let's talk about minding your own business. Many confuse their job with their business. Your job funds your life. Your business builds your future. Kiyosaki started small, selling comic books as a kid, and eventually invested in real estate. Every step of owning assets, even tiny ones, creates leverage you can't get from a paycheck alone. Notice how this slide shows that entrepreneurship isn't about quitting your job immediately. It's about directing energy towards something that builds wealth over time. Once you grasp that, you start to see opportunities differently. The rich invent money. They don't just find deals, they create them. Kiyosaki bought distressed properties cheaply, renovated, and sold them for profit. This isn't luck, it's the application of knowledge and calculated risk. Small experiments like flipping items online or starting a side business can lead to larger ventures later. Think about problems around you that you could solve profitably. What's stopping you from creating your first small deal? Working to learn rather than just working for money is another critical principle. Jobs should be chosen for skills, not just salary. Sales teaches persuasion, accounting teaches discipline, investing teaches judgment. Kiyosaki worked in sales to overcome shyness, later using those skills to negotiate real estate deals. Imagine applying this mindset today. Every task at work becomes an investment in your capability and future options, not just a way to earn a paycheck. At this point, it's natural to reflect. If your income stopped tomorrow, how long would your assets support you? This question is a reality check. It challenges the comfort zone and reveals gaps you can begin closing today. Now that you see why financial independence matters, I'd love to hear, what's the first asset you would start building? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. So what practical steps can you take right now? Start by tracking your assets and liabilities. Even listing them gives clarity on where you are. Next, allocate a portion of your income toward asset growth, whether it's stocks, small businesses, or real estate. Commit to learning continuously. Read one financial book per month, seek mentors, and view every job as a platform for skill acquisition. Reinvest profits, experiment carefully, and gradually build streams of income that free you from the paycheck to paycheck cycle. As we conclude, remember this: wealth is a direction, not a number. It begins with mindset, grows through education, and is realized by the assets you build. Practical freedom is a result of these choices compounded over time. To make these steps actionable, grab the PDF in the description, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss insights like these. Start small, but start today, and you'll see the compounding effect of even modest moves toward financial independence.